How's it going, everybody? Jerome here, back bringing you guys another video in regards to Persona 5. And today is more of a discussion video regarding the situation that Persona 5 is in currently, and I'm pretty sure, as you guys seen in the title below, yes, I'm thinking, just maybe, Persona 5 The Royal is actually not coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now, before everybody starts bashing, before everybody starts disliking, let me just explain myself. Now, as we all know, Persona 5 is indeed coming to the Switch, thanks to the Best Buy's employee terminal system, and screenshots and leakers having their contacts confirm that yes, these things are indeed real. And regarding the leak of Persona 5, there were also the Metroid Trilogy, which is a big question mark because we never heard anything regarding it up until the leaks. And of course, we had The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. But when it came to Persona 5, it was just Persona 5, not P5 The Royal for the Nintendo Switch, just Persona 5. And at this moment, a lot of people would be like, well, maybe it's just a placeholder. It has to be a placeholder. Well, if that was the case, why was the Metroid Trilogy so damn accurate? And the same thing goes for The Legend of Zelda. Why wasn't it just Metroid? Or why wasn't it just The Legend of Zelda? You see what I'm getting here? This, believe it or not, is a very familiar ground where I basically say that logos matter. And in this case, names kind of matter. And as we all know, Persona 5 The Royal, which may actually be the enhanced version of P5, is only announced to be coming to the PlayStation 4. There were no other plans, there were just that PlayStation logo. Now let's talk about the things that happened way before Persona 5 The Royal was even announced. And I'm gonna name drop somebody, so I apologize, but was, in my eyes, actually one of the first people, that I actually saw saying that, yeah, freaking P5 is coming to the Switch, or P5R specifically is indeed coming to the Switch. It's going to be coming to the PlayStation and the Switch. I didn't hear anything regarding that information outside other than him. So I was very curious. And then, lo and behold, P5R teaser trailer release, and what appeared was the PlayStation logo. And that was it. There was no Switch snapping or anything of that nature. It was just a PlayStation logo. And everybody bashed on him because of one mistake. Now, fast forwarding it to the present time, it seems that quote-unquote mistake was actually real. But it wasn't P5R that's making it to the fray. It was just Persona 5. Now, at this moment, there will be people saying, well, that would be kind of stupid if they actually did that. Why release a more richer version of the game on the PlayStation when we clearly got information that Persona 5 is indeed coming to the Switch? Why actually downgrade from the main console? Well, believe it or not, this isn't the first time this technically didn't happen. Let's jump back in time and talk about Persona 3 yet again. Persona 3, as we know, have three variations. The initial launch variation, the FES variation, which obviously, yes, was the more richer version, and then we also have Persona 3 Portable. And this is where things are interesting because, yeah, P3 and P3 FES are drastically different games. P3 FES being the more richer version of the game, but then you had Persona 3 Portable, which is actually a very inferior version of the game. The only things that it technically gave out was that, yes, you can control your teammates, but you also get to play as a female main character, and you could, you know, have some kind of relationship with, like, Akihiko. If you maxed out the Moon Arcana before a certain event, you could technically save that person instead of Redacted technically just bleeding out in that one night. Yeah, but no matter what, it was an inferior version because, one, well, it actually didn't have the answer, which was the extended story element added to Persona 3 FES. Animated cutscenes were actually cut out from Persona 3 Portable as well, and it was to look like a visual novel. Give granted, a lot of people did like that, but it was still a downgrade from the 3D roaming aspect that you had back on the PlayStation 2 version. Now, is this just the design choices? Well, technically it was design choices, but is this all Atlus's fault? No, actually. The reason why P3P became that way was the fact that they even came out and admitted that it was just console limitations of that PSP at that time. Because as we all know, even though the PSP was pretty damn awesome, it wasn't a very powerful handheld system looking back at it. Now, jumping towards the present time, we're kind of in a similar situation regarding P5 The Royal. Persona 5 obviously being the vanilla version, available for PS3, PS4, and of course, now coming to the Nintendo Switch. But with the information that we know now, P5R is only coming to the PlayStation 4. We didn't hear anything regarding the PS3 at all. Maybe they probably forgot that a PS3 version even existed, and that we only have information regarding Persona 5 Vanilla being on the Nintendo console. And if they were to port over Persona 5 to the Switch, which is obviously going to happen, I feel like it's going to be the Persona 3 version. Give granted, because they have to keep in mind of the handheld capability that the Switch has. You got the dock mode, and you got the handheld mode. And as everybody knows, when going in handheld mode, it drops significantly in quality. Not in a bad way, but that's just how it is, because in handheld mode, I'm pretty sure the game will run at a solid 720, like how nearly every other game rocks it in handheld mode. But jumping back onto the Royal, yeah, I feel that it may not be coming to the Nintendo Switch. I feel like no matter what, the PlayStation will be the home for Persona, and it will only get that said updated version of the game. Now, give granted that a lot of people will obviously say that, well, P4G happened, so, and same thing goes for P3P, so it would make sense that a Switch, since it being the only handheld device in the market right now, along with the 3DS, it will make sense that it would have the expanded version, right? Well, yeah, but there's one big difference. P3P happened, and P4G happened, and what were they released on? Same thing goes for Persona 2, Innocent Sin. They were released on PlayStation stuff. Nothing else. So this is a very interesting ordeal nonetheless regarding the Persona 5 name on Nintendo. But time will tell if I'm right or if I'm wrong, and I'm just basically stating what I think due to past events. Now, obviously, there is one thing I do have to say at the end of this video, and that is that let's not forget about the other domain names that Atlus has taken a hold of. We got Persona 5 S, M, and B to look forward to. Even though P5R may not come to the Switch, there is still a chance that some of these other domain names have the possibility of coming to the Switch. But with all that said, I have, come to a conclusion that P5R just may not come to the Switch. And people would say, well, just give it time. I believe that it just will not come out for the Switch. I think no matter what, the PlayStation will always be the home of Persona, and a PlayStation console will always get some upgraded version of it. Anyways, tell me what you guys think down below. I'm pretty sure that some people will think that this is a little bit of a stretch, and I don't blame them, but give granted the information that we have as of now, I'm sticking with my gut. Anyways, I'll be back here talking about more Persona stuff as soon as they drop, or as soon as I make some kind of weird conclusion of something. My name is Jerome, and I will see you guys within the next video.